Now at 10, a state investigation into a hanging at the Oklahoma County Jail. A former police officer accused of hiring someone else to commit murder is now dead.
Yeah, we brought you the late-breaking details earlier tonight, and now we're learning more about Kenneth Griffin. You see him here. Jailers say he hanged himself inside a cell at the jail this afternoon. Eyewitness News 5's Jordan Williams is there live tonight. And Jordan, prosecutors aren't saying who the target of this murder-for-hire plot was. Is that right?
That's right, and Maggie, even at this hour, prosecutors have not released the arrest affidavit just yet in this case, but we know that when Griffin was booked here at the county jail, he was booked under what's known as a protective custody status order. Basically, officers separated him from the rest of the inmates because he was a former police officer.
He was just isolated for his own safety.
Captain Kelly Marshall says that's standard procedure for any law enforcement officer.
They would be housed by themselves for their own protection. Other than that, they're treated as any other resident in our detention facility.
Police officers arrested Griffin about 5:30 Wednesday on a complaint of solicitation to commit murder. Hours later, he was booked here, but he wasn't put under suicide watch.
We had no indication that he needed to be placed in on a suicide watch at all.
We're told a detention officer talked to Griffin about 1:30 this afternoon. Just 30 minutes later, he was found hanging in his cell.
The fire department and IMSA were called, actually revived him, and he was later pronounced dead at a local hospital.
Griffin lived with his family in this quiet Tuttle neighborhood.
I've noticed that they've had a religious bus out here.
Neighbors tell us the Griffins were very involved with their church. CW Detrixhe wasn't anxious, though, to discuss the murder-for-hire plot.
I think that this court system in this country determines who's guilty and who's innocent. And I don't have any thoughts about my neighbors until I see what happens down the road.
And because of the suicide here at the jail today, the OSBI is now in charge of this case. The OSBI spokesperson tonight not saying how Griffin hanged himself. We're live downtown. Jordan Williams, Eyewitness News 5.
Jordan, thank you. We know Griffin hasn't been formally charged by the district attorney. He was just being held at the Oklahoma County Jail. And like we said, the DA had yet to file charges against Griffin. He was booked into the Oklahoma County Jail last night. The Oklahoma City Police Department says he resigned from the force in April of